All right, hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Most of the stuff that I post on here is usually just like shorts, just kind of messing around or whatever, but today this is going to be my attempt at actually doing a long form video and kind of show you guys like what my style is and kind of like the types of guns that I'm into and things like that. So today we're going to be going over the FN Military Collector M4. So most notably, this is going to be seen basically any sort of law enforcement agency or the military, armed forces, things like that. I mean, this thing has been in service for probably like 2 decades at least. In this configuration, obviously the quad rails are not that old just yet, but they still serve a special place in my heart, at least from my time in the service. All right, so basically like what you got is you have an FN AR-15, basically cold hammer forged barrel. This one is a pinned and welded comp. I think the overall barrel length is 14.7 with that, so therefore it's not a SBR. You just have a typical like collapsible stock. It's obviously nothing special. A lot of people definitely like change this out. I like it just because it pays homage back to my time in the service, so I like to keep it fairly stock. I got a Blue Force gear sling, Vickers sling. If you served in the military, you definitely know what that is. I also have, for the sling, I have a Blue Force gear, like this, I forget what this is exactly called, like the actual name, but it's just, it mounts onto your quad rail and it's a sling loop. So definitely old school in that regard. Some of these come with CAC broomsticks. This one specifically is not, it did not come with the gun. I got this from my time in the service. So this is a CAC broomstick. The optic on top is going to be the EOTech EXPS 3-0. This is my first EOTech ever. My buddies have been bullying me to get better optics, so this is my attempt at doing that. I definitely like the ACOG. Eventually I'm gonna switch this out and just run the ACOG, maybe piggyback like some sort of an RMR, as well as having the Maytech rear sight. I also have on here a PRI M84 gas buster. I could be totally wrong with that, but I just know that this is the one that I had on my M4. Some people had them, some people didn't. This was before the Marine Corps had suppressors on all their M4s and everything, and now I don't even think they have M4s. They have IARs and shit like that. So I just kind of got the PRI just because it's what I had. In terms of magazines, so, you know, obviously your usual 30 round Stand-Ag mags, you want a drum, whatever, what have you. This is the Duramag M81 Woodland ones that just came out recently, so that's like really sick. Good fit. So in terms of, you know, the bolt obviously is nothing special. I haven't changed really anything on this. The trigger is stock, so it's going to be your shitty mil-spec trigger. Nasty reset, pretty grimy, but I'm not a trigger snob. I kind of just, you know, whatever works. That's kind of just how I am. I get made fun of a lot just because I love this shit. Like, to me, this is peak performance, even though people don't want to believe it. I think like M-Lock and everything like that, they definitely have their place. You know, it's very forward thinking. You can add all kinds of lights, lasers, PECs, things like that on your rifles, and there's really not much thought to it. But in terms of like a quad rail, like, it doesn't get simpler than this. It's definitely one of those grunt proof sort of things in designs where, you know, you give this to somebody, you train them how to use it, zero the rifle, teach them good marksmanship, good practice, and they're basically going to be as lethal as they need to be. If, you know, this is definitely, I think, an acquired taste, especially in 2024, where you have so many different types of weapon systems, especially in the civilian market. You know, you don't have to go with something that is issued, quote unquote. You have a lot more leeway to do whatever you want. But you know, this is just personally what I like. You know, you have the front sight post, adjustable. I bet a lot of people probably don't even know how to use iron sights, which is funny. But the iron sights are good from the factory. I tested them. They were, maybe it was just mine, I don't know, but they were zeroed. Like, I tried a couple different ammo types. I tried 55 grain, 62 grain, and 69 grain. Just shooting, like, you know, not rested or anything, just shooting from the standing position, and, you know, the groups were just fine, 25 and out. So, I don't know, maybe I just got lucky. In terms of the optic, the EOTech it's definitely something to get used to. The whole like ring and the dot type situation. I've only ever shot like just a red dot or a green dot. So it's definitely taking me some time to get used to. But once you get a good zero on it, I found that it's just fine. It works really well. Definitely like a good combat style optic where it's very point and shoot after, you know, fundamentals of marksmanship, as well as taking the time to really get a good zero on it. My plans for this are definitely to get some sort of like PEC 15-ish clone. I don't know if I'm gonna go with like an L3 Harris or, you know, the real deal, because the civilian version is kind of like, you know, neutered in terms of capability. So I don't really see the point in spending $1,700 on that, but maybe like a Somo gear, kind of just fucking around. It'd be really cool if I could get like an actual PEC 16 that, you know, I had on mine, but I haven't been able to find one, so I don't know about that. In terms of the performance, if you try to run it fast, you can run it fast. If you know, are kind of just target shooting, you don't really take shooting too seriously, I think this is more than enough gun for literally anybody that could pick it up. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it. This is kind of just like a short intro into, you know, the things that I find interesting. I kind of always have wanted to do something like this, like sort of like a fireside chat type of thing where, you know, I just talk, bring things on that I like. And that's like the whole name of the game and the channel is Tactical Archives. Is literally more than just, all it is just me paying homage to all the things that I like in terms of like guns, equipment, things like that. I by no means am trying to be something, you know, like everybody else. Like it's not that serious to me. It's kind of just fun. And I always like joked with some of the dudes that I served with that one day I would do this. So this is kind of just for them to laugh and make fun of me. But definitely let me know in the comments down below if you know, if any of you are interested in this sort of thing, especially like weapon system, but also like let me know what you guys really like. Like, what are you running? What do you find most important about a rifle? I definitely think I gotta get a weapon light for this. Never really messed with them too much, never really dabbled. Definitely with like pistols and things like that, but not with rifles or any other sort of weapon system. So I think that will probably be my next step. And then I also want to do some specific ammo testing, because I don't know how something like 77 grain would perform in this, just because it's, you know, it's cold hammer forged barrel, nothing too special, mil spec trigger. So I just would like to see like maybe what you could get out of it. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching.